Dr. Luise Herzberg. She was born around the same time that Elsie was, but she was born in Germany. She's an astrophysicist, and she was a mechanical engineer. So she studied engineering in Munich and got her doctorate degree in Frankfurt, at the University of Frankfurt. She published her dissertation in a top German journal. But of course, what was happening in Germany in the 1930s? This was the Nazis coming to power. And she's said to be the last Jewish woman to get her PhD after the Nazis came to power. Very, very sensibly, she left Germany. And so she ended up in Canada and with her husband, Gerhard, and they were helped by a number of people, colleagues, organizations. Gerhard was also an academic, and he was able to find an academic position at the University of Saskatchewan. Subsequent to this, Louise was able to bring her parents, get them to leave Germany and come to Canada. And then, of course, she devoted herself to her husband, her young children, and her parents. Of course, she really did want to go on with her work. And very early on, she tried to restart her research at the University of Saskatchewan. She didn't get very much. She did volunteer positions over the summer. She was a research assistant. She was not paid. In fact, it wasn't until 1958 that she finally found a job at the Dominion Observatory in Ontario. Then she got the radiophysics lab. She was there for 12 years, apparently very productive, very happy in her work there, as she studied the upper atmosphere, the ionosphere, and that's the part of the atmosphere where the satellites are located. And so she did some analysis of satellite data. She presented papers at the American Astronomical Society. She really was able to make use of her her academic training, finally, after all these years. Her son, Paul, wrote her biography. And Paul, he was a little bitter, to be frank, about what had happened with her mother. In fact, his mother, this is a quote from his book. He talked about his mother as being in the shadow of a workaholic husband. So she did help her husband, Gerhard, a lot. She helped him with his correspondence. She helped him preparing tables and charts, illustrations for his book. In 1971, Gerhard won a Nobel Prize, one of the first Canadian people in physics to get a Nobel Prize. And Paul felt that, his father never really appreciated his mother's contributions to his success. As a matter of fact, when Louise passed away, some of her colleagues were actually saying, given the opportunity, Louise might have exceeded Gerhard's accomplishments, and she may also have won a Nobel Prize.